Hello everybody, welcome to my 2021 craft room tour. For those of you who have been around on my channel a while and have seen one of these tours before, feel free to skip the next minute or so while I just do a little introduction because you've probably heard this all before. For those of you who are new, hello and welcome. My name is Grace, aka Ms. Paperlover. I do mostly types of creative journaling, junk journaling and art journaling, that sort of thing, a bit of traveler's notebook scrapbooking. I also do a lot of mixed media projects and card making and altered items and all of the paper and arty related things. Just a couple of disclaimers before we start. My craft room is not a perfect white walls, matching white furniture craft room. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but it's not for me, so nothing matches. I have all kinds of furniture and storage solutions going on here. It's a mismatch. The walls are not painted. It's a mess, but I love it. I'd also like to say that I have been doing this for quite some time now, so especially for any newbies out there, please don't think that you need to have all of this stuff. I also used to be on quite a few design teams, so I've had a lot of the things sent to me. A lot of my stash has come from my design team days. I've had things sent to me for PR as well. I also have an Etsy shop, so I have all sorts of things, probably more than a lot of people have because of those reasons. The other thing to say is I'm really fortunate that I actually have two rooms to work in. Another one that's the exact same size as this room next door, which is I use as my studio. So I use that for working in and for working on my Etsy shop and things like that. This room is more for my personal craft projects, although it's very interchangeable. Obviously, I'm not strictly keeping the room separate for any reason. But if there's anything you feel like is missing from the craft room, like it's really strange that you don't have one of those, it's probably because it's next door. I will have a tour of my studio very soon as well, so look out for that. But yeah, I think that's pretty much everything I have to say for the intro. The footage may be a little bit shaky here and there. I'm the kind of person that I like to really see a craft room tour, really get in there in the boxes and things. I don't like the ones where people just stand there and point at things, so I make the kind of video that I would like to watch. So as I said, might be a little bit shaky here and there, but overall it should be fine. But yeah, I think that's going to do it. So I'm going to shut up and go to real-time Grace, and I really hope you enjoy it. Let me know if you have any questions, any comments, and as I said, the studio tour for the room next door will be up soon as well. So yeah, let's get going. Okay then, where shall we start? I'll tell you what, let's just start in this corner and then go all the way around. So, going this way, the first thing is one of four of these little craft cart trolleys. All of mine are Hobbycraft ones, not IKEA ones, because Hobbycraft are so much cheaper than IKEA. So this cart doesn't really have a theme or anything. It's stickers at the top, ephemera in the middle, and random at the bottom. So stickers up here. If you've been around on my channel for a long time, you'll know that I used to be very into creative planning, which I don't do as much anymore, but I still have so many stickers from it. So this is one of those IKEA style little boxes. I have lots of these. Most of them are from Home Bargains, and I have lots of planner type stickers in these little homemade file folder type things. You can see all the different categories there. I do use them in other crafts as well, which is why I haven't necessarily got rid of many. I do need to go through them as though. Some random sticker books up here and loose sticker sheets of various. And then another one of these boxes has lots of sticker books like the Mambi sticker books. It's pretty much mostly Mambi sticker books apart from some Carpe Diem ones, Random Recollections one, these little ones from Hobbycraft, and some little bits and pieces. And at the side here, if you can hear that strange beeping in the background, I don't actually know what it is, but it's not me. Little folder here with more planner stickers that I really should get rid of. Can't get it back in. There we go. Basically many stickers, and this is one of those reusable sticker books where you can put all your stickers in on the reusable paper like that. Down here, as I said, is ephemera. I have a lot of these little boxes which I bought from the range. I don't know if they still do them, which has little ephemera collections and things in. As you can see, I've got different sizes. And around the other side is this sort of long storage thing. I think it's to put cans in a fridge, I think. This has other
ephemera packs here, and also these little sort of zip wallet things which have other things like these decoupage butterfly things that I bought from eBay. And then down here at the bottom, this is a random box of lots of loose ephemera that I try and use in my junk journals. More ephemera in these little bits and pieces. And then this box here is one of those boxes, sort of looks like a book, but it's a box, has lots of labels in. Doesn't look like many labels, but more sort of boring hole reinforcers, plain labels like that. And to give you a brief overview of the next little bit, I have this long shelving unit here, and then this IKEA, it is an IKEA bit trade. It's basically a cheap Kallax. I don't know if they do them anymore. On the top is a large one of these really useful box. Whoa, I accidentally opened it. Again, really useful box storage things. Again, random ephemera and die cuts in there. Again, I really need to go through them. Little bits and pieces up there. These gold baskety things I could probably utilize better. They just have lots of packaging type things in. Some wallets that I use for storing dies, you'll see that later. Some Ziploc bags for 12 by 12 papers. In these two cubes I have 12 by 12 paper storage. This is a WeRMemoryKeepers one, I think, which isn't great. This is one of the old Display Dynamics ones, which you can't get anymore, but I love it dearly because I got it for 50p from Garden Centre that was closing down. Yay! So one at the top here is more specialty things. So I have the top level is fussy cutting sheets like that, random loose ones like that. The second is cardstock stickers and chipboard stickers. This one here is specialty papers, so vellum, foiled, glittered, foiled, vellum, all that sort of thing. Then it's all plain textured cardstock in cream and white, and underneath I have lots of A4 patterned vellum. Then on this one, that's my next art journal, it's just living there because it is various pattern papers, all 12 by 12 from various brands. The top level is ones where I tend to have more than one or two from the same collection. These are all ones where I've only got maybe one or two. Well, this is two or more, basically. This is one or two papers. This level is all Papercraft because I love Papercraft, and this one is probably my favorite. This is all like papers that are quite suitable for mixed media or mixed media related brands like AB Studio, Stamperia, 49 and Market, Prima Marketing, all that sort of thing. This section hasn't really been touched in the past 18 months, so a lot of it is the same as my previous room tour. In this little tray, most of these acrylic trays, by the way, are all kitchen storage options on Amazon. I'll try and link them if they're still available. But basically, kitchen storage is cheaper because if you put craft storage on something, it automatically doubles the price. So this is all word stickers, small word stickers, lots of Tim Holtz chit chat and phrases and things like that, Tim Holtz clippings. These are slightly bigger word and phrase stickers or any sticker books or anything like that. And then in these little compartments are some smaller bits and pieces like these small little word stickers, tiny little bits and pieces, but all word and phrase related, and some bigger pieces here which I didn't quite know where else to put them. Then 4 more of these thin trays with various sticker things in. These are all branded stickers, mostly 6 by 12 sheets. These are all Mambi chips and stickers. These are all unbranded stickers, so lots of things from places like Poundland and B&M Bargain sort of thing. This one, I can't pull it out too far because it's heavy, but it has lots of sticker books, the American Crafts sticker books they brought out a couple of years ago. I may or may not have bought multiples of some of these, so I'm going to have them for a while yet. Moving along here, it's an old mixed media piece I did a million years ago. I also keep all my mixed media pieces just in a pile up there. This little thing here actually is like a accessory system that comes with the Hobbycraft trolleys. You're supposed to put it on the top of the trolley, and then like things can go through there, like tool things from the bottom shelf, and I don't know, you'll see it more and I show you the actual trolley itself, but I didn't want to use it for that, so I've got some command hooks, stuck it on there, and I've got all my large words and thickers hanging off these little rings Tim Holtz quote chips as well. So again, lots of big words and things like that. More plastic kitchen storage here, like that. This is all stickers, which, because I'm not really scrapbooking at the moment, they're not getting used. So, but I'm the kind of person, I'm like, oh, if I get really back into it, then I don't want to get rid of them. Yes, I do have hoarder tendencies. These are all smaller stickers, not stickers, alpha stickers in here. Then I love this little section here, all my various sprays, mixed media sprays, paint sprays, things like that. This little thing here, I have no idea where that is from or what it's supposed to be originally, but I have things like Magicals, shakers in here, and Distress Stain, even though they're long discontinued and I never really use them, but meh. So this is one of those, it's like for a condiment cupboard, like a little step system. You can get them on Amazon. This one is from Lakeland though, I think, but you can get exactly the same thing on Amazon. And yes, all my favourite mixed media sprays and things like that, apart from Distress Oxide sprays. I keep those somewhere else. Random little bits and pieces, like little trays that I use on my desk to have little bits of ephemera in. Some gold calligraphy ink, some gold drawing ink, and white drawing ink, which I pretty much only use for splatters on projects. I've just turned my studio lights on behind me to make things a little bit brighter. So this first little shelf here is mostly embellishment related. Here is lots of wood pieces, wood, veneer and chipboard, mostly for mixed media type projects, things like that. This is more wood related things, but like either smaller or more simple shapes. Then it's lots and lots and lots of flowers, because paper flowers are the greatest. Oh, also some doilies in here, but yes, lots of flowers in there. Oh, some various ribbon packs in here. This box has random individual flowers, so anything that didn't come in a pack. And again, this is all flowers in here as well. It's completely stuffed full. I need to stop buying paper flowers because I have an obsession with them. Oh no, look, even more doilies. Moving along this way is, these are all journaling cards, so 4x4s and 6x4s in here. As you see, I have them categorized, and then 3x4s in these two little acrylic things. Again, kitchen storage from Amazon. I don't do any particular project life journaling cards, scrapbooking or documenting. I just love me a journal card and I use it a lot in my journaling. This little shelf thing here is an IKEA Vareria shelf, and on top these are all different kinds of tags. There's like little tag books and packs, and then this box has individual tags. This is all stuff for any sort of 6x8 album, so a couple of albums, lots of page protectors, pocket pages, that sort of thing. This box here has bits and pieces in that I just look through and send in Happy Mail to pen pals and things. We have a basket full of punches in here. This section here is all scrap paper, bits and scraps. I often have a lot of white cardstock here, like leftovers from projects, but I don't really seem to have a whole lot at the moment. But I'll often go here when I'm junk journaling, or in particular making journals as well. Then a few A4 sheets, then some of these 6x12 paper pads from the works. Along here, lots and lots of paper. This is quite, I love this little section because this is where I often go to when I'm doing mixed media projects. I have a lot of WeRMemoryKeepers small art products like this, things of like wood grain and various textures, lots of vellum, those little die cut packs, and then lots of the Minte fussy cutting books, frame books, junk books, flora books. And then a lot of these things are freebies that have come in other orders, but are really gorgeous and can easily be used for other projects. These baskets, I think I got them from Home Bargains, but they do them in Poundland now. This one has these teensy weensy little 10x10 paper pads, and then a load of A5 or 5 3/4 by 8 1/4 if you want it in proper measurements. Then 6x6 paper pads in here. This is mostly cheaper 6x6s from the works and the range and places like that, as you can see, £1. And then these 6x6s and a couple of slightly smaller ones as well are the more nicer I say nicer, you know, more expensive ones, branded ones, things like that. Then we have some more embellishments down here, some frames and tags, more wooden pieces, frames. A lot of things like this are left over from my Trimcraft design team days, because they did send me a hell of a lot of stuff. Okay, I'm going to get on the floor to show you that shelf. As you can see, this shelf is papers, all of the paper pads. Again, a lot of this comes from my Trimcraft design team days, like a good up to there is all from Trimcraft days. So 6x6 pads, 8x8 pads, some 8x8 decoupage pads, then all of the first edition paper pads. I often put paper pads on their side so I can flip through them like this, rather than having to like completely pull out a whole pad and then, you know, flip it that way. Instead I can just flip through it like this, like it's a one big book. So I've kind of got it organised into brands. So this is all first edition, and there's Dovecraft up to about here. Then some Paper Addicts, Simply Creative, and then we go into those papers that you get at places like The Works and The Range. I just really like those paper pads. I think they're great value for money, and they're often really, really pretty. I will admit, this shelf is getting harder and harder to flip through. Oops, something fell. So after that section, I have more branded paper pads, so die cuts with a view, my spooky Halloweeny ones, which I adore, some Recollections, American Crafts, some Santoro Gorgeous ones there. Then scooting along to the last little bit of this shelf is again mostly paper related stuff. This is scraps, but they're like nice scraps, so handmade paper, vellum, rice paper, glitter paper. So again, scraps, but nice scraps. And this is all bits of tulle and lace and rickrack ribbon and lovely bits and pieces like that. Some acetate there, that is foam for, you know, making things stand out more on projects. Some A4 papers and like some little vellum paper pads. I didn't know where else to put them. And then this little bucket here has specialty papers like glittered and foiled and stuff. And then in the back, some of those ultimate die cut and paper packs that Paper Mania used to do, and I keep them in these little wallets so I can keep all the little bits and pieces together. And some large foiled card around the back there because it's too big to fit anywhere else. So yeah, that is that set of shelves, and then we move along to another cart here. I'm starting from the bottom so I don't have to stand up and then sit back down again to get to the bottom row, but this is my junk journaling cart. Now obviously I use all sorts of things for junk journaling, all sorts of bits and pieces from everywhere, but this is like my go-to first port of call for junk journaling, as it were. So in the bottom tray, I've got one of these little extra trays that sits on top. Various little storage boxes and bits and pieces. There was originally some organisation to this, but I don't know if that's still... I think there's mostly like pockety things in there. Scraps of tissue paper and stuff in there. More envelope pretty bits in there. Lots and lots of tags, because tags are the frickin' best. More tags in there. And then in this little tray that sort of pops on the top has more tags, scraps, bits. It's a bit of a mess, I'm not going to lie to you. Going up to the second level, I have this thing here, which is a part of that accessory pack I was telling you about. So this is like a ribbon rack or something. So this comes off and you can add a ribbon, maybe even washi tape to it. But I use it for all of my rub-ons because I kind of love the way they're on the little thing, like almost like it's a little shop that you're looking through. I don't know, I just adore it. It's actually not the most practical way of using them. Putting them in a little wallet or something might be better, but I don't know, I like it. Then in the second little shelf, again, it looks like chaos, but it works for me. I have this little storagey thingy which has all my sticker flakes in. This was from The Range. And then there's 3 of these little trays. You will see these everywhere in my craft room and in my studio when I do my studio tour. I got them originally from Bunnings, which isn't in the UK anymore. You can get them in The Range. You can get them in B&M Bargains. They are by Wham, which always wants to make me sing, but never mind. But yeah, really easy to get hold of everywhere, really cheap, and they come in beautiful colours like white and mint and grey, and they're lush. In these little trays, I have here lots of little stickers and bits like that. They're often things that I sell in my shop in my junk journal kits that are slightly broken or damaged in some way, so I just keep them for myself. This is all stuff that is mine from my own shop, so I try and keep a copy of my sticker sheets that I make, so I actually use them in my own shop. Some more little bits in there. Sorry, knocked the camera. This is all kind of like anything else, but it's not a sticker. I have a little pop wallet here full of sticker sheets, then other little things of stickers to use. And up the back there, just some larger sticker sheets and other things that don't really fit anywhere else. And then up the top here, again, looks a bit chaotic, but it works for me. I have these little, why is that stuck? There we go. These little mini alpha stamp sets, and I've got an example taped to the top there so I know which set is which. Big bag of sticker sheets, because of course I do. Some more wooden stamps, alpha stamps, things like that. Some archival ink, some washi tape samples that I've been sent, and other large bits and pieces. Things I want to remember to use. I'm just going to push those out of the way for a second. I have another popper wallet here, an A4 one. This is all book page scraps and packaging scraps and lots of things I like to use in my junk journaling. Some cute little envelopes, and then most of the stamps up here are ones that have come from magazines, and because of the size of them I can't really store them in my other stamp storage, which is why they're up here. At the sides you can see I have these little pots. So in here is this foam stamp set which my grandma bought me like 20 years ago. I'm not even kidding, and I've still got them, so I have to keep them for, you know, emotional purposes, sentimental reasons. In this pot I have my often used stapler and corner rounder, and in this side I have Dymo label maker, a tab, punch, crocodile, and can't get it, there it is, little hole reinforcer punch as well. And this cart lives in this little slot here, and just back there is some large A3 300 GSM cardstock that I like to use to make card blanks. So quick overview of the next section. You would have maybe seen all of this in the intro to the video anyway, but just to give you, you know, some spatial awareness of what's going on. Under there, I'm not going to climb under there. That big basket bucket thing, again, Home Bargains, B&M Bargains, could have been from any of those places, is my family history album project, which I look at once every other month. There's a large box back there which has Christmas stuff in, a folder of scraps, some boxes. It's all a bit of a chaos of things I don't use that often down there, but don't really want to get rid of. We're coming up to the top, which is far more interesting. These are two IKEA Adils Linmon tables. One is 150 centimeters, one is 100 centimeters. They don't match. I don't care. Up there is a pile of stuff that I need to go through. Don't tell me you don't have piles of stuff you need to go through. I know you do. Oh, I forgot to say, I have a big notice board of pretty things up there and an old mixed media project. So there's that. I have this little container organisation unit, which I believe is IKEA as well. And I have all my enamel dots, gems, pearls, all those sort of things in here. All the ones at the front, these ones are like almost empty ones, which I'm trying to remember to use, but lots of options for all the stick-on pearls and gems. Another one of these little trays with kitchen roll in. I use that for when I'm cleaning my fountain pens and I've left them to dry. A little tub here with lots of embellishments that are all sort of unbranded and from places, Poundland, you know, a lot of places like that. I'm really bad at actually remembering to look at this to use the bits, and there's some really nice things in there, so I think I need to go through that. Old cup, I think that's the oldest mug I was ever bought. It's Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, which came out in, well, 20 years ago. Some watercolour, pencils, pens I don't want to get rid of. This carousel situation here, which was from Paper Mania. I have gel pens, black pens, Sharpies, Staedtler pens, Stabilo pens. That's all metallic gel pens in there. And then these little that's not a word, mini trays have little bits and pieces. Hairbands, tweezers. It's like, you know, that top kitchen drawer of things that will come in handy. Some spare blades for craft knives, sticky foam, sticky magnetic things. Moving along, little plastic tray thing which has lots of little scraps of glitter card and some foil card as well. My die cut machine is just behind me, and I often, you know, will use these scraps for die cutting. One of these little acrylic storage things, loads of people have them, often designed for or often marketed as makeup storage. I have glittery sparkly things in here. So this bottom one has little pots of glitter. This one is all mica powders, which I store upside down so I can see what colour they are. Lots of micro beads. And this one, then glitter glues, glitter markers, and more micro beads. Next table, I have my Big Shot die cutter. Very heavy. Here, little trays and bits and pieces here. This has lots of sequins in, you know, sequin packs like Spiegelmum scraps and stuff like that. Both of these are mixed media goodies, you know, just things that you pick up thinking that'll be fabulous for a mixed media project. And this one has embossing folders. I have my die storage here. So this is a big Papermania die storage, has most of my dies in there. This display book has other dies in as well. My laminator back there, because I don't use it that often, but it's handy to have. Some of my favourite and most used dies and embossing folders I keep here, just because I'm more likely to use them, so having them loose up here is more helpful, to be honest. This box here, this was from the range, I believe. This is all my heat embossing bits and pieces in there, so powders, embossing ink, embossing pens, static bag thingamajig. Then here I have watercolour paints and some colouring pencils as well. I actually keep some of my favourite drawing things in my bedroom because sometimes I feel like doing it at night. So I have things like my Polychromos pencils and my really nice sketching pencils and stuff. They're actually not here, they're in my bedroom. This unit, by the way, is a shoe rack from Argos. Daisy of My Green Cow kind of patented this idea of this desktop storage thing many years ago. Lots of people in the UK did it, and mine is still going, though it does bend a little bit in the middle. A collection of things up here. Cute Ray Dunn plate thing. Some flags of countries that I have weird obsessions with. A plant pot full of funky edge children's scissors. This cute little wooden drawer set, which was a gift, but I know it was from the range, has spares and stuff in, re-inkers mostly, some of those rings, then eyelets for my crocodile, and then ornate metal corners that I have in the edges of journals. More eyelets in here, and I can't even remember what's in here. Oh, some resin flowers. I forgot those in there. Oh, and some command hooks. And up the top, this basket is mostly many sentiments. So when I'm making a card and I can't be bothered to stamp a sentiment, I will go straight to here to see if I can find one that matches my project. This shelving unit here is a new addition. My sister was getting rid of it, so I snapped it up. I just thought it would, you know, when you start running out of storage, the best thing to do is to go up. There's a clock up there. There's the badly unpainted or slightly painted walls. Up here is all my sentiment type of stamps. I have another one of these really useful box sort of display cases there, a smaller one than I showed before, and that has a lot of tiny embellishments in, so small metal embellishments, wooden embellishments, like little shells and things like that, some brads, more random boxes of embellishments. I mean, really, it's getting ridiculous now, the amount of embellishments I have, but I'm not very good at getting rid of things. It's something that I'm working on. I have all my Copic or Copic markers there, and then these cute little blue drawers, again from the range. Where else do I buy things? I've got some more resin flowers in these, all resin flowers in this top one. Oh no, also like little glass cabochon things. There are different colours and sizes in there, but I can't really see what I'm doing at the moment. Then what do we have in here? More random embellishments, some metal embellishments, and some just little pins, like useful for glue bottles and things like that. More metal embellishments, slightly larger ones here for mixed media projects. Some wooden pieces, not very full drawer there. Some all sorts of things in there, again with the embellishments. And those are tea bags. Yep, those are tea bags. They're good for making texture on mixed media projects when they're dry. Just believe me on that. And then all of this is sequins. Here I just keep a little travel iron for doing, you know, heat pressing, hot foil type projects. Oh, and then I should probably show you what's underneath. So I tend to keep all my cutting mats and this sort of old tabletop which I use for taking photos there. So I'm just gonna have to move those out of the way. And I'm back on the floor. So both of these units, guess where they're from? They're from the range. This little cube unit here, they're much smaller than like a Kallax, so you can't fit 12 by 12 things in them. You have to buy the little drawers from the same place. But on the top here, just quickly, that is all my favourite Halloween bits and pieces. Then I've just got some magazines, some Daphne's Diary things, mostly things for using, again, in junk journaling. These drawers, I can't remember offhand what's in every single one of them. Oh, this one is all the cards that I have pre-made. So often if I haven't left enough time to make someone a birthday card, then I can go in here. And I have a few to choose from, or family will also come in here and raid my card stash as well, pre-made cards. This is journals that I have completed. I have other journals upstairs in storage under my wardrobe and bed, but these are like the more recent ones that have been completed. And here is, again, this is all stuff for junk journaling. I hoard all of the things. It is a problem. Like, I could junk journal all day every day probably for the rest of my life and not run out of things. This one is more I think this is the one that is more special things that are related to specific events, except not that should be in here. And this one is general pretty things that I found from, I don't know, they're from leftovers from craft projects, or oops, well, it's easier to look at it this way, I suppose, you know, labels, cute labels, bits and pieces like that. In these drawers, this one actually has a lot of birthday cards and Christmas cards and things like that. I tend to like to keep special cards from people, and then I often sew them into my journals, like as part of the signatures. This one, there's not much in this one actually. It's mostly an empty drawer. It's just got some cute arty bits, again, journaling. And this bottom one is all Daphne's Diary stuff, bits and pieces. I have had a few of their like paper packs and things, so it's got all sorts of bits that are not necessarily from the magazine, or I've pulled it out of a magazine and yeah, it will get shoved in there. While I am down here, this cupboard can't be used. I'll talk about that in a second. I have some canvases and another old tabletop which I can use for taking photos. This drawer unit is actually two of these drawer units. These were from, I think I got mine in Home Bargains, but you can get them in B&M now. The bottom four drawers are all Christmas stash, so I don't go to them very often for, let's say, 8 months of the year. I'll just give you a quick look. So lots of embellishments in there, stamps and things in there. In this one is lots of beautiful Christmas papers and yummy things. Gorgeous. And then having some difficulty shutting this drawer. And this one I use often if I come across Christmas things throughout the year. They get shoved in this drawer and I'll sort them out when it comes to Christmas time. This drawer here has all of my beautiful acrylic paints, lots of mixed media brands, Prima, Fabrica Decoro, things like that in there. This one has my Dina Wakley heavy body acrylic paints, then also some gouache, some glitters and some buttons. This one is a favourite drawer. This has all my tissue papers, collage papers, rice papers, foiling papers, vellums, Dina Wakley collage paper, the Tim Holtz ones like this. It's full of delicious goodies like that. I love this drawer. This top drawer, I'm going to have to kind of reach over because I am too short to look into it properly, but it's mostly a spares drawer. So I have things like spare gessos, spare gels, some, what's it called, press and seal wrap in there. So that's a spares one. And those two things up there, those two little boxes, I just have lots of paper clips in. So this corner here to my left cannot be used, even though it's a lovely like built-in wardrobe storage cupboard type thing. There is a leak here. And don't tell me to fix it because it has been attempted to be fixed multiple times and we have been scammed multiple times and I don't want to talk about it. But we don't use it, or I don't use it, apart from a couple of things like some spare storage boxes, which I don't really care if they get wet because they're plastic. But let's back away from the corner we don't talk about and look at other things. So here is another cart. This is my mixed media cart. This is the last of those little cart accessory things that I told you about that came in a pack of 3 and you're supposed to put all on the same cart, but I just made them work for myself. As you can see, it has all my Distress Oxide up sprays on it. It also has the little pots hanging off the side. I think these pots are from IKEA and these slightly more rounded ones are from Hobbycraft, or vice versa. I'm not 100% sure. But this one has, I'm going to say spatulas then. Not spatulas, just plastic palette knives, silicone brush from Prima, little eyedroppery doodad, bits like that. These are all my slightly nicer brushes. Actually, that's a lie. My really nice brushes are kept up in my bedroom with my other really fancy art stuff. But these are the medium nice brushes. Then on the other side, I have a pot of VersaMagic chalk ink dewdrops. In the top here is a lot of things I tend to grab often kind of thing. So masking tape, some of my favourite texture paste, PVA glue, white acrylic paint, big tub of that, gilding flakes. Then my very mixed media type brushes for doing gesso and decoupage, an old toothbrush for splatters, an old spoon for mixing colours. That doesn't have anything in it, I just thought it was cute. I'll put something in it one day. Then all back here is stencils. I've got the big stencils loose, and then I keep other stencils in these little plastic wallets like that. Down to the second tray, second row, this is a little glue gun stand, quite handy but not necessary. These are all Nouveau embellishment mousses, embellishment mousse, I like that. And then more, like there's the crackle mousse in there, some glitter paste and stuff, some of the granite paste from Cosmic Shimmer, which I adore, some patina paints. And down on the bottom level I have another one of these trays, just have some waxes on the top there, some more mousses, some luminart, watercolours, gelatos, deco sand, and micro beads, some glass glitter, and art stones as well. Oh, and little sponges, cheap makeup sponges from Poundland for doing dabbing paint effects. So that now means we are now onto my desk, pretty much my favourite part of my craft room. I often get asked about this little house thing. I don't know where it's from. My sister bought it on the Facebook Marketplace and she had bought it for displaying something at a party and then gave it to me when she was done. I actually see them quite often on Facebook Marketplace, but I've no idea where they're from. You can see I have my big studio lights up here and everything else we'll discuss when we get to it. So where to start? We start with the big unit. The desk, as you can see, is really, really deep. It's like a solicitor's desk or something. It's like nearly a metre deep, hence why I can have that big unit on it and still have plenty of space to work. I have a little phone grippy thing that I use for filming. Then up here, if I can have to go under the phone holder, various books and things. So journals I'm working in, art journals I'm working in, and then some handy books, things to cut out in college, antiquarian sticker book, botanist sticker book. That's my current junk journal That's a skull, and that is full of photos to document. This level is all kind of stamping related, so I have this handy little thing which has all my most used inks and things, Stays On, Memento, stamp cleaners, stamping blocks. These stamps, I'm going to pull these out actually. These are all my more mixed media-y kind of stamps for backgrounds and things. So I store them in these plastic wallet things, which are just like A5 document wallet things. For these taller ones, I make a slit in the top of the wallet so they can stand up like that. Some of the bigger ones I just keep in their original packaging just because they're large and awkward at other times. And then the littler ones, the smaller ones go in little popper wallets like this. Then these heavy stamps here are more, well, I'm not saying they're not mixed media because they are, but they're more images type things rather than the other one, which is more for backgrounds. That's roughly the definition of each one of these. And this little thing here has roller stamps in. And at the bottom level of that unit here, this covered in paint splatters are my handy mixed media things. So I have collage medium, clear gesso, heavy gesso, normal gesso, crackle paste, collage medium, texture paste, matte gel, black gesso, all the handy mixed media things that you need to be near. And my little adhesives, that was a good noise, my little adhesives tray, which also has baby wipes in it as well, with all the different types of tapes and glues and stuff in there. And then this really large tray, again, it's the same brand as this one, and the other one's the Wham ones I was telling you about, but that is all my, well, the majority of my Nouveau drops. I've just swapped hands to hold the camera in my left. It may be a little bit more shaky, but my right arm was getting tired. At the side here, I keep swatches, so I know about the colours of various things that I have. It's mostly useful for the distress and the Nouveau drops in particular. This cute little corner unit, this bit here swivels, so you can have it completely straight if you want to, or in the L shape, or even at an angle, whatever. It was from Amazon. I'll just move some stuff out of the way so we can see it better. Underneath in this little tin, I have acrylograph pens, and down at the back is also just some random bits and pieces which I really don't need access to. Some pens that I don't really use but can't really get rid of because, again, I'm a hoarder. Another little tray of what is Nouveau drops, and also the Dovecraft cheaper versions of that. I have my WeRMemo thermal printer there and spare papers. More handy mixed media bits, gloss gel, heavy body gel, some crackle medium, a planner punch, my HP sprocket in this drawer, which is really stiff and hard to open. I'm not going to open it all the way, but it has all my HP sprocket paper in there. And then I'll move that out of the way. This drawer has lots of what are they called? Vinyl stickers. Keep my glue gun under there. Then I have a big mug that has Stabilo woody pencils and Posca paint markers. This pen pot with Crayola super tips for doing faux brush lettering, and then some handy pens that I like to use a lot, like Pigma Microns, mechanical pencil. Little desk fan, because by Jove does it get hot in here. More cute pots and cups. This is a phone charger, just so it's handy to have. This one is really useful things that I need a lot. Craft knife, pokey tool, bone folders, favourite scissors, things like that. Mild liners in that cup. This pot back here, I'll just move this out of the way. This pot is a plant pot and has rulers, decal edge, a squishy banana, a paper straw, I don't know, there's stuff in the pot, whatever. Another really big mug here, my bestie bought me this from Canada, and has more handy pens, gold and white gel pens, Sharpie pens, just pens that I need often, but not every single day. Then I have two little trays here. I love little trays. I have a thing for little trays. I don't know what it is. This one has a cheaper washi tape that I don't really like, which I just use for holding things down. These are all bits and pieces I've put aside to junk journal. Then some small scissors, tweezers, and a date roller stamp. And this one has large clips that I like to use to keep my journal open for junk journaling and other kinds of journaling. This is my latest addition to that. And a little deck chair that my phone sits on. Then slowly going around to the other side. I try to give myself as much workspace as possible. Oh, this is sticky back plastic or contact paper, if you're not in the UK, of different colours and sorts, so I can have different backgrounds. Here I have my favourite fountain pens in this case. Those are some bits I need to sort out. I have this tray. Again, I like little trays of handy things. That's a hairband. Distress tool, a craft knife, lip balm, a large sharpener for the Stabilo woodies. I have these two bin things. One is for rubbish, just so I don't have to go over to the bin all the time. I can fill up this, then empty that into the bigger bin. A big thing of twine. This has tacky glue and other liquid glues in there. I'm gonna have to lean over for this. Some hand cream, hand sanitizer, a little thing of random scraps of twine. That is a bowl of shells, and then a thing of flowers, mostly for photo props. And then this little box here has all sorts of other bits and pieces of twine. I have another one of those Veraria shelves there. That box is full of sticks, you know, hot glue sticks. And we have kitchen roll, always handy, a water sprayer, also handy, and then this skull tray, which I'll often use to put embellishments and fussy cut pieces, just so, you know, it's big enough to have a good look at them, but they don't get lost on my desk. Okay, let's look in some drawers. Pretty much all of my drawers, bar two, are devoted to washi tape. The big drawer across the middle is Distress Oxide. Nothing but Distress Oxide, plus spare blending foams and the little blendy tools. Then you can see like my oxide-y covered fingers have touched that drawer quite a lot. Anyway, in this drawer I have most of my smaller washi tapes, like the really skinny ones like those. I also have some other inks which I like but don't use, you know, in every project. My heat tool, some other wires and things like for my sprocket, and more clips, journal clips and things like that. Then the next three drawers are all washi tape. Nothing but washi tape, because I adore washi tape. It is my favourite thing. And again, I've got in some of the drawers where I needed the extra room, I've mostly got rid of the little trays, but in others like this one, I keep the trays to keep things more organised. And then when I do need the room, when my collection eventually expands even more, I can get rid of the trays if need be. Its bottom one has, well, there's quite a lot of space back there, so, you know, let's put my finger over the lens. Lots of room to grow there. I'll show you that middle section in a bit. I'm just going to show you the other drawers. So probably my favourite washi drawer. It has all my wide washi. I love it. Oh, in this one I also keep, this is a fountain pen case. So I keep all of my cheaper pens basically live in here. That case is for my expensive pens. That case is for the rest of them. So yes, more washi in here. The bottom section is mostly Tim Holtz. Then I've got some slimmer bits up there. I've got this scrap of paper where I keep a running total of my washi count. Look, I haven't bought washi in over a month. Well done me. And then this bottom drawer is actually a double drawer. It is a mess, I won't lie to you. It has my stamping tools, WeRMemoryKeepers punch boards, lots of little baggies and things, spare baby wipes. It's a mess. Let's shut the drawer. Okay, I'm gonna go back on the floor again to show you this. So under here we have a smaller cutting mat, some chipboard or like heavy board or stuff I sometimes use for pictures, paper trimmer that falls over at least 11 times a day, scoreboard. So plastic storage unit here. At the top is loads of scrap paper which I will use to, you know, when you put like a piece of paper under a journaling page, so you don't get paint on the edges of the other pages. I think that makes sense. That's mostly for what that's for. Oh, and for like heat embossing, pouring the powder back in. It's handy to have scrap paper is what I'm saying. This drawer is adhesives. If I put this Velcro out the way, you can see it a little better. Glue dots back there, various tacky glues, some staples, Scotch glue because I prefer it to Pritt stick. Very shocking, I know. This is all, there we go, a lot of pen related stuff in here. So a lot of spare pens and refills for my Dymo label maker. It's all really a lot of spare stuff, basically. This one has laminating pouches and lots of adhesive foam. And this one, I should really go through this and do something better with it because it has lots and lots of spare planner inserts and things like that, which, as I said, I do plan, I still use a planner, but I don't really do creative or decorative anymore. Some spare pegs and stuff back there, so I do need to go through this drawer and sort it out. Then we have an IKEA Lenart, I'm gonna call it. More washi tape in here. These are like my lesser used colours, like pinks and reds and yellows. I'm not really a pink, red, yellow sort of person, and glitters I don't use as much. Those are in there. This is a drawer of double-sided tape because I have issues when it comes to the idea of running out of things. And this is all packaging for doing things like the packaging technique, some harder plastic packaging because it makes quite good paint palettes as well. So that's full of that. Yeah, sat down here on the floor. That is it for my desk. So while I'm still down here, let's look at this little trolley, the one different trolley I have, but also from Hobbycraft. It's very cute and very handy to have next to my desk. Again, it's kind of junk journaling related. Also has this little paper magazine rack thing, which is quite handy. That's just something I need to do something with. I have lots of napkins down here for decoupage, some papers I want to remember to use. Again, I've got another system of these slim trays in here. And yeah, again, it's junk journaling stuff. Oh, honestly, it's ridiculous. These are all my printables from my shop, so I remember to use them. Then random scraps, envelopes, bits and pieces to remember to use. And then here at the top, I really like this section actually. This is mostly Tim Holtz devoted. So like the wings, that's all Halloween stuff in there. I have a Ferrero Rocher box of January cards by Tim Holtz, worn wallpaper, labels, more worn wallpaper. This box here is from Hobbycraft, so it's like a box of boxes. I keep paper dolls in here, other types of Tim ephemera, because Tim is king. And then I also have this very cute little tin suitcase, which was sent to me in some Happy Mail. And I keep old vintage stamps in here, because how cute is that? Behind that trolley is studio light and a corner of stuff I need to organise. I don't want to talk about it. And a big box that I use for spraying things. So like I open the box, put something in, put the thing I'm working on inside and spray so then it doesn't get all over my desk. I can't be bothered to get down on the floor again just yet. So that box there is actually stuff I'm getting rid of. I'm going to donate. So I just keep it there. So if I come across something I want to get rid of, it's not good enough to sell, it goes in the donate box. All the boxes down on that bottom shelf are all spare things. Basically, nothing very exciting to tell you about. Got some wrapping paper here. This unit, by the way, is another shoe rack from Argos. It's in this little built-in wardrobe, which we took the door off so I could have easier access to it, which is why there's this rung across the middle. We just haven't taken it off because, you know, effort. A big box of sticky notes. Some more glue sticks there. There's a box down there which has like some like little it has little lights and other things that are good photo props, especially around Christmas time. I've got some tulle in there. That's an old book I used to press flowers in. You can see I will have the dates of when they were pressed sticking out the side, and a heavy thing on top to help squish them. This box here has a ribbon in it. I'm not really a ribbon user. I don't use it that often, so this is a lot of stuff I don't use that often, basically. And then I've got lots of embroidery thread and needles in there for when I do paper stitching. Up here on the top, these are boxes of card blanks. Well, that's card envelopes for card blanks. This is all card blanks. And then just around there, that's a planter, I think. And it has tissue paper in. Most tissue paper I buy or use is for my Etsy store, and that will be in my studio next door, which you will see a video of shortly. But this is the less good stuff that I use for personal use, basically. Up on this shelf is my notebook collection. I love notebooks. I adore notebooks. I collect notebooks. I hoard notebooks. No, I don't know how many notebooks I have. I'll count them at some day. Some around the corner there as well. Sorry, it's very dark, so it's hard to show you. Up the top, oh look, a couple more notebooks, Christmas album, old planners and things like that. Traveler's notebook ready for my next, well, you know, when I need my next one, when my previous one is full. There's Daryl from The Walking Dead. And those boxes up there are full of old pen pal letters, so I don't really need to access those very often. Up the tippity top, up there, I have boxes for products that at some point I may need to keep to resell, like the Silhouette. You know, if I upgrade to the Silhouette 3, I'll want to sell my number 2. Some more planners and stuff. Kiki K bag, other boxes and things up there. It could probably be utilised better, but meh, there we go. Okay, I'm going to bring you back down again and then step back a little bit to show you what is going to be the last little thing. Is this unit here. I've talked about this in every craft room tour ever. It's not a Kallax. It looks like a Kallax. It's not, it is not as deep as a Kallax, but each cube is taller and wider. So it's actually better than a Kallax. Oh, just quickly, let's just go. Hello. Bins and stuff. Recycling. Full of the nectar of life. It is Coke Zero. Normal bin. Packaging I may reuse. An old cutting mat, uppity, some skulls, little whiteboard, scrapbook page I did once that I was really proud of, so I've kept it on display. Up the top, scrapbooks that are all filled or mostly filled. Another skull, Grace loves skulls. These top 2 shelves here are related to my no longer really existing, but once upon a time, Kiki K obsession. It mostly doesn't exist anymore because it's not as easy to get hold of it in the UK anymore. You have to pay customs and stuff now, which I ain't about that customs life. So I'll just stick with what I have for now. So these are all paper lovers books, big notepads, some more Kiki K notebooks because I really like them. They're really good for fountain pens, Kiki K sticker books, smaller notepads, some desk pads and various Kiki K pens and other accessories. And the next 4 cubes is scrapbook collections, or paper collections if you like. They don't have to be used for scrapbooking. I use them for journaling and mixed media mostly. So this cube here is all full of these little grip lock wallets, 12 by 12 size. I get them in bulk from eBay, and they contain like smaller scrapbooking collections or collections that are only paper, such as AB Studio or Minte or 13 Arts. So those are all there. I love this shelf. And then the next 3 have a lot of these 12 by 12. I'll pull one out. Oh, don't know what that's doing there. Here we go. 12 by 12 art bins like this. These will not fit in a normal Kallax. They only fit in whatever this is. And as I said, yeah, scrapbook collections in there. So papers and embellishments, washi, stickers, die cuts, all of the things. So those are all there. I'm just going to move my Tim Holtz media mat out of the way to show you the very last 2 little things. That is a massive pile of Oxford campus refill pads because it's very fountain pen friendly paper. Then I actually have empty space. Look, empty things. Always good to have room to expand, always. And that, my friends, is it. That is my craft room as of 2021. I hope you enjoyed the tour. I will try and link as many different things as I can. Obviously some things I've had for a long time, so it's going to be really difficult if, you know, they don't have them anymore. So I'll do my best. Let me know if you have any questions, anything like that. And I will be doing my studio tour very soon. I'll give you a little glimpse. This is what it looks like in a working state. Look, nectar of life on my desk. Yes, give you a little sneaky peek of my studio. It'll be slightly tidier when I come to show it to you, but anything that you, as I said in the intro, you think is missing maybe from my craft room, it's probably in here. But yes, going back to my craft room, there we go. There it is. As I said, thank you so much for watching this incredibly long video. Let me know if you have any questions. Chat to me down in the comments. Please leave me a thumbs up. It really, really helps me out. And yeah, that is going to be it. Thank you so much again. Bye-bye.